Don't just live for tomorrow, or just live in yesterday. Just be glad for all you have that's in today.
Hey everyone, Connie here, and welcome to my blind reaction to The Legend of Hay, the final movie of these three donation reward movies that I had to get through. So yeah, after this we will be getting on to other stuff in general reactions on this channel. So The Legend of Hay, it is a Chinese animated film, and I know nothing about it other than that. I don't know like what the plot is about. I don't know like characters, anything. So I'm going into this completely blind. Um, Now the question would be kind of, would I consider this anime? I found this on Kiss Anime and everything, but would I consider this film anime, despite it being made in China by Chinese companies and stuff? And the answer is simply no. For me, anime is not just any animation. It's not even just any animation from the East. It has to be from Japan for it to be considered anime for me. Even if it has a similar visual style as anime, such as, say, Avatar The Last Airbender / Legend of Korra, it's not actually anime itself. And I will die on that hill. I will die on that hill because I fully believe that. For me, anime is not just a style, it's not just a genre, because anime has a lot of different genres and styles to it. For me, anime is based on where it's made. So yeah. But yeah, like I said, I know pretty much nothing about this film going in, so we're gonna find out and hope that it's good. The first two movies that we reacted to were good. We had Circle and In the Tall Grass, both of which were good. Circle was the better of the two, in my opinion, but In the Tall Grass was still good as well. And I'm hoping that this one's probably not going to be as dark and trippy as those two were. At least I hope not. I'm hoping this one's a lot more lighter of a tone to it, but we'll see for sure. Either way, I am excited, and for now, we're just going to get on with it. So when the screen fades to black, pause this redirect and go to the description below. Follow the link to the reaction, and after you watch it, come back here to the redirect and resume play. Because after it fades to black and then fades back in, everything from that point forward will be my afterthoughts and will contain spoilers to the movie. So that being said, thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you at the reaction. And we are back, and we'll begin with spoilers in 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, so I didn't like this. I wouldn't say it did anything offensive or anything that like really bothered me, but that's almost the problem in and of itself. It didn't do anything at all that made me feel anything. The first 2/3 of it was so unbearably boring and uninteresting. I just did not care. I felt I had no reason to care. It almost felt like I needed to know more about this world and shit beforehand to have any kind of even vague interest in it. And then the final third of the movie, which was pretty much mostly just action and stuff until the very end, it all seemed, at least from my view, it seemed that it needed to rely on you caring. It relied on the idea that I would care about Hay and his relationship with, oh God, I can't even think of the names. I'm not great with Japanese names. I'm not going to be great with Chinese names either. Let me look this up. Da, 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 da. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Here you go. Let's go on IMDb. See what it says on here. It only lists one character. Okay, let me try checking the credits on the video itself. The credits are all in Chinese, and specifically in the characters, the Chinese characters. Definitely can't read that. Let's try typing that in. I'll try one more thing. Okay, well, this lists 3 characters, at least. Also, it mentions Hei's full name is Luao Xiao Hei, and I'm probably horribly mispronouncing that. Okay, but anyways, as I was saying, sorry about that. As I was saying, it seems like the latter third relies on the fact that by this point you should care about the relationship between Hei and Wu Shan. And I don't. I didn't care about their relationship at all. I had no reason to. Because throughout most of it, it was just Wu Shan was being kind of a dick, blatantly kidnapping Hei. And the only like positive things that he did for Hei were um, teaching him about his abilities and feeding him. It just, I don't know, there didn't seem to be that connection that was needed. And it just feels like that connection is necessary to enjoying the film and caring about like what's happening to the characters in the last third. I didn't care, and honestly, the entire concept of like, oh, my initial mentor figure, friend, etc., ends up being misguided and bad, while the one I thought was misguided and bad ends up being good. That kind of story's been done to death. It's been done all the time, and it just doesn't feel like anything special. Feng Shi's character felt so uninteresting as well, and the entire part like of Hei and Wu Shang traveling from the island to the mainland was so fucking boring and uninteresting. And that's pretty much most of this movie. I didn't care. I had no reason to care. The art and animation was phenomenal. The voice acting was good. The music was amazing. But story and characters are, in my opinion, what any movie, series, game, etc. thrives on. Unless it's like, again, one of those, unless it's like a game where it's like that kind of stuff is important because it's like um, I don't know, a game like Plants vs. Zombies, for example, where character and story aren't like part of the game. It's not like actually like part of it. But it's like the story and characters, especially in movies and animation and whatnot, matter insanely much to me more than anything else. And I didn't care. I didn't care about this world of this monsters versus humans conflict kind of thing. I didn't care about any of this. Like, I don't understand what I was supposed to get out of that. Again, it feels like I needed to have some context behind this. And according to what I'm reading here, there's a series that this was a prequel to. This acted as a prequel to a separate series, which is just called The Legend of Lu Xiaohei. And the thing is, if this is a prequel, that means the series came first. And it just feels like I needed to have seen the series prior to seeing this movie. Even though this takes place first, I guess, it just feels like, I don't know. Also, according to this, the series, Hay is stuck in the form of a cat and is adopted by a person, like a human. So, like, where does that tie in with the story that was told in this movie? Like, does it take place, like, notably after? And in that case, there would be, like, context, I guess, missing from between and all. It's just, I don't know. The character designs were fine. I had no real issue with them. A lot of the okay, the main antagonist group, um, as well as as well as Hayes' friend there, who again I'm forgetting the name. I already flipped off that page, so I'd have to find it again. Um, I don't care. I don't care about them. Their designs are the least interesting, and it's just like I just don't care. It's just as simple as that. I don't know how else to put it. I don't know what else to say. Like, what else am I supposed to say? It bored me. That's why throughout most of the reaction, I was not talking. I had nothing to say because I was that bored and uninterested. It it felt like a chore to have to sit through all that, and I was checking the time constantly. And then there was that little mini version of Hay that Hay just had on him, the little like tiny ball version of Hay, and it's like that was never explained. It was never explained. Nothing ever came of it. It did nothing. It wasn't necessary. It didn't like. It was pointless. And then in the last act, they brought in this like super powerful member of the guild, and who did absolutely nothing of worth. And it's like, okay, we're gonna bring this super well-known, super powerful member of the guild, and he's gonna do absolutely nothing. And again, like that might go into the series in some way, but it's just like, oh my god. It felt so pointless. The pacing in the first two-thirds was also shit. It was absolute shit. I don't know what I'm expected to, what I was, I don't know like what I should be expected to say otherwise. It wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen by any means, but I find very little to care about with it. I find very little to enjoy. all in all, I just saying I was underwhelmed would be an understatement. Saying I hate it would be an overstatement. I guess the best possible thing to describe it as is I just don't care. I have no I don't care about it. I don't care about the characters. I don't care about the story. I don't care. And it sucks because the other two movies I reacted to, Circle and In the Tall Grass, both of those were really good. Like surprisingly so. And I cared. I cared about the characters in the Tall Grass much more than this. I cared about the characters in Circle more than this. And that's saying something because you're really not supposed to form connections with those characters that much. That's kind of the point. You don't really know them as they're getting killed off. I didn't enjoy it. I didn't hate it necessarily, but I didn't enjoy it. I didn't like it. No, I just didn't. I can't. There's nowhere, nothing else to say. I'm trying to expand these afterthoughts. I'm trying to say something, but it's like there's nothing for me to say. Honestly, I wish that little fox girl had been more of a character. She was the most interesting to me. I don't know what's going on out there. Either way, I have nothing else to say. I'm not going to just extend this forever. Um, if you have thoughts on this, please tell me in the comments below. Thank you so much for tuning in. And this does end our catch up for these donation reward movies. So now we can get back into other reactions. In the meantime, I'm Connie, and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.